Support for Another Round comes from Squarespace. Start building your own website today at squarespace.com. Enter offer code Another Round at checkout to get 10% off. Squarespace. You should. Hi, everyone. I'm Heben.
I'm Tracy.
And welcome to Another Round with Heben and Tracy. Bow, bow, bow.
I didn't settle on the noise soon enough. I'm sorry.
That's what happens.
I was going through my Rolodex and it was all empty.
You should never leave it to me, Tracy.
I'm sorry. It was cool.
No, it wasn't. All right, Tracy, what do we have on the show today?
Oh my gosh. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
What is that?
Black History Month. They gave us a whole month, y'all. We've been show out.
And this year we have 29 days.
Oh, snap. We get
What
an
are you
extra
going to do with
24.
your extra day?
Not going to work, first of all.
Yes, that's what Martin Luther King would have wanted.
Yeah.
We are doing Black History Month, but that's like silly because we do Black History Month every day.
Right.
As Kanye says, I make Black History every day. I don't need a month.
We are Black History even. So even though our show is already black as fuck, we're going to make it a little bit blacker, and we're going to have lots of Black History stuff sprinkled throughout some of your favorite segments. We're going to be doing Black History rounds.
Black History clapbacks.
Oh my gosh.
We have a long history of clapbacks.
Yes. Should be
this
fun.
This is what
Stay
the
tuned.
ancestors wanted.
Today, we're going to get into our Black History Month celebration with some little-known Black history facts. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but we're going to explore the unsung heroes of Black history. And because every time you mention Black History Month, you can hear in the background a white person saying, what about white history? We have decided to invite our very dear friend Matt Belisai into the studio to give us some white history. We're going to talk about white history heroes.
Because we're very generous.
You're welcome, white people. You're welcome.
Don't ever say I did nothing for you.
We're also going to have a historical clapback on behalf of the great Zora Neale Hurston.
Zora the God.
For that. And finally, Mr. Marlon Wayans is going to drop by the studio for a brief pew 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 since he was hanging out at BuzzFeed. So we're like, hey, come talk about sex with us.
Yes.
Should be interesting.
His new movie is 50 Shades of Black, which is a parody of 50 Shades of Grey. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a little graphic.
Yeah. Hold on to your butts. So we're going to kick off our Black History Month, Blacker History Month coverage. That's what we should officially call it, Blacker History Month.
Blacker than usual, but not that much. Our show's pretty black.
I know. We're going to kick off our Black History Month coverage with some little-known Black history facts. I, in one of my past lives, had 75 million Tumblrs and blogs.
You do.
I was doing the most. But one of these blogs was called Little Known Black History Facts. It still exists if you want to go and look. It's called littleknownblackhistoryfacts.tumblr.com. And I used this space to celebrate some unsung heroes of Black history. Like, eventually the blog got too big for me to police and people were like making their own Little Known Black History Facts. Mm-hmm. Chances are that you have come across either ones that I made or someone else made on the internet somewhere. One day, remind me to tell you the story about how me and Bun B got beef over the Little Known Black History Facts.
Wait, what?
Because, so this got a lot of backlash because the blog is like satire, and it's like...
Can you give us an example of one?
An example. Louise Perkins. Louise Perkins was the first person to attempt to climb inside the casket at a funeral. So that's like the theme and the spirit of it, right? Like, it's light, it's fun. I feel like we should be allowed to laugh at ourselves, celebrate ourselves in fun, goofy ways because we are a complex people. As both you and Walt Whitman like to say, we contain multitudes. But there are a lot of people who don't feel the same way. Mm-hmm. They felt like it was making a mockery of Black people and Black history, and that we are giving white people permission to laugh at us, which is the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, I mean, it's not like a white person's gonna look at you and say, white people are not. Yeah, exactly. They're not waiting for permission to oppress us. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what we do either way. A racist person is gonna be racist no matter what. So anyway, Bun B is one of those people. He Instagrammed a collage of random little known Black history facts. None of them I made myself. Other people made. And the caption was something like, I'm so tired of this. nobody's going to respect us until we respect ourselves, which first of all is a ridiculous notion.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, say I am a person who, for whatever reason, I don't value myself. Why would you be like, oh, you think you're shit? Let me push you down into the mud. You know, you're a horrible person if that's what you do. You know?
There's a great Chris Rock joke about this. It's like, we didn't suddenly become more deserving of rights.
Right.
White people got less crazy.
Exactly. That exactly. But yeah, I mean, I really love these because I also feel like Black History Month is a thing that lives like in constant danger of becoming obsolete, sort of.
What do you mean?
Like, if all we do is teach our kids who Martin Luther King was and Rosa Parks sat down on the bus and
Booker T. Washington made peanut butter.
It was Carver, George Washington
Booker
Carver.
T. Washington did not invent peanut butter. Clearly, I still need that education. You know what I'm saying?
We know what you mean. But I mean, if that's all it is, and it becomes a chore and not like a thing that you actually learn from and celebrate. And so this is just my way of like, you know, trying to tell people, you know, push it further, do more. And also remember that you are human, and humans often have fun at their own expense, and that's okay. And you don't have to live your life according to whether or not white people can see you. That being said,
let's get into it.
Let's learn some little known Black history facts.
Heben and Tracy read a list.
So we just learned about Louise Perkins. Very, very important. Next up is Troy Booker. Troy Booker was the first person to refer to a flavor of Kool-Aid as red. Virgil T. Banks. Oh, man.
Virgil.
He's like the patron saint of this podcast, and you don't even know it. Because he was the first person to use the phrase, see what happened was. Virgil T. Banks, we salute you, sir. This other one is very near and dear to my heart. Jamaica Masby. Jamaica Masby was the first person to throw her hands in the air and wave them around as if she simply did not care. I mean, your parties would be so whack. Your concerts, they
Where
would
would
popping.
we be without her?
Sad in a sad
Sad
state.
parties, that's what.
And then there is Deion Travis, who was the first person to dance on stage after being declared not the father on the Maury Povich
Oh my
show.
God.
Yeah, they be having full routines, like choreographed, pyrotechnics and shit.
I prepared for this moment.
Dolores Big Mama Cole was the first person to refer to diabetes as the sugar.
Oh.
Well, you know she got the sugar.
Oh.
She had got the sugar and she had passed away.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Orville Washington. Orville Washington is the first person to wish a motherfucker would.
Yes.
The very first.
There had to be a first.
There had to be a first. Clayton Dean Smith was the first person to refer to his parents' house as Mama Nim's.
Aw.
I know, it's
I
such an
can't
easy way.
pronounce that.
Would you like? You should. I think you should.
Your mother and her cohort.
Your parents in company. And then we're going to wrap things up with Miss Edna B. Cash, who was the first person to refer to soap operas as the stories. Always watching her stories.
Oh.
So yeah, if you want to see more Little Known Black History Facts, the blog was kept up every February for about 6 years, I think.
Damn.
Also, there's a post on BuzzFeed called The 18 Best Little Known Black History Facts. Beautiful, beautiful artwork by Xavier Payne. And it's worth it to go check it out just for the artwork. He's so good. He's so good. All right, you're smarter. You're welcome. If you have ever participated in Black History Month before, aka lived through one, then you know that white people love to ask during this time, why is there no White History Month? And you know what, white folks? We hear you.
We hear you.
We hear you, and we are going to be very, very generous with you right now. And we are going to learn about white history.
Ooh, okay.
So to help us do that, we have our in-house Caucasity historian, the expert on whiteness, in my life and yours.
Oh, no.
Mr. Matt Belisai. Hi.
This was a terrible decision.
Matt is a friend of the show, and you may know him from the BuzzFeed video series Whine About It, where he
Yes.
gets drunk every Wednesday and whines about things.
Let me tell you, my mother is your biggest and most obnoxious fan.
Aww.
Can you really quickly say hello to my mother? Because she will die.
Hello, Tracy's mother.
Oh my gosh, she's dead. You killed my mom. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Matt, what is some white history you would like us to learn
Yes,
today?
school us.
Well, this might be the 7 shots of bourbon that I took. But like all white people, I profess to be an expert
Yes.
in everything. So today we're going to be going through a list of my favorite white history heroes. Some of the people who have really just stood out in white history, people we would like to celebrate this time of year as we look back on the contribution that the whites have made to society.
The whites.
We could just jump right into our list if
Let's
you're ready.
get it.
All right, our first white history honoree. Gentleman by the name of Colin McBurgdorf of the McBurgdorf family. He is known as the first person to keep a tarantula as a pet. And he probably named it something dumb like Peter. As you know, he was the first. He set it off, the trend of keeping a fucking spider as a goddamn pet. Next, we have Connor Caucasianson. First person to wear camouflage as a voluntary fashion statement. First person to wear camouflage with the intention of being seen in camouflage. I never get...
Okay.
That is a milestone. Shout out to Connor. Connor, what was his last name? I'm sorry.
Caucasianson? It's like French. Next, Holly Huntington. First person to tongue her chihuahua in the throat.
Did you have to use those words?
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not lying.
Is there another way to describe the love that Holly has for her chihuahua?
Why does that happen?
To be honest, the whole like white people lick their dogs in the mouth trend, I never really got.
You've never seen a white person kiss their dog passionately?
I mean, yeah,
I honestly have. It's crazy.
Like a full-on makeout.
Yes. I wouldn't say all that, but yes.
Judd McStooge.
We lost Tracy.
I'm going to be useless for the rest of this segment.
First and last white person to sing the entirety of Gold Digger at karaoke.
Oh, that's too real.
Judd got it in, and everyone shut it down after that.
You can tell Kanye hates performing that song for this reason. He never performs Gold Digger.
Our final person is Catherine Herkenmeyer.
I have to leave.
First person to discover she also needs some lotion on her elbows.
Oh my God. I would like to point out, I taught Matt about lotion.
Oh,
Real
look at you
talk.
doing the Lord's work.
We'll add Heaven to White History Month as the first person to tell me I should lotion my elbows. For the record, I have lotion.
Right.
I've
You just
purchased
don't
it.
lotion regularly.
I was just like, you know what? I just don't look at my elbows and think I need to lather up today.
Mm.
And I was like, sir, no.
Are you
Lotion
familiar
every day.
with the term ashy?
I am. I don't know if I can say that. I didn't think I could.
You can say ashy. You're
I'm gonna-
She's like the N word.
I'm playing
The
it
A
safe
word.
today.
The A word.
You know what? Catherine Herkenmeyer didn't sacrifice all that she sacrificed for me to sit here and listen to this mess.
forever. You can make it.
Eyeliner. Oh,
Okay.
This has been
man.
enlightening, illuminating.
You're welcome.
This has been wonderful.
Where can the people find your work, Matt?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook /Matt Belisai. M-A-T-T. No, I'm not going to spell out my own name. Bell-ass-A-I.
Spelled how it sounds. What about Instagram?
On Instagram,
Same thing.
Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, all the things as Matt Belisai.
Thank you so much for being our Caucasity correspondent. We've learned so much about white history.
So much.
And the heroes we are not celebrating. We definitely need to have you on again this month.
Yes.
There's so much we need to learn.
I'll do more research for you.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Matt. Tracy, we haven't done a listener call out in a while.
I know. I miss hearing your beautiful, lovely voices.
I have an idea for a question I want to hear about. Because everyone has a story like this. Mm-hmm. Basically, food trauma stories. Let me clarify. By trauma, I mean, you know when you really, really like a food and you eat it a lot and then you eat it too much and then you are sick of it?
Yes.
My version of that is croissants.
That makes me the saddest person in the world.
There's a period in my life in high school when I ate too many fucking croissants. You're like, there's no possible way.
Yeah, what even is too many croissants?
Too much flaky, buttery goodness. But it's true. You can. So for a while, I was like, yo, I got to chill on the croissants.
So, I mean, were you just like eating like croissants like as a snack?
Yeah.
Just at a sandwich thing? Oh, my gosh.
No, it's also because my mom worked at the cafeteria of a law firm. Mm-hmm. So they'd get like to take home all the food these fancy lawyers don't eat. And she'd bring us home croissants every day. I was like, oh my God, this is a dream. But then my nightmare happened, which is I had an aversion to croissants for a little bit.
So wait, are you back on the croissant
Oh
train
my
now?
God, yes, I'm back on the train. It just took me a few years. I spaced it out a little. But you know, I have a normal relationship to croissants now.
Oh my gosh, I was very worried. A life without croissants is like not even...
I know, what a life to live.
Yeah.
Give us your favorite examples of this. If you record yourself as a voice memo and email it to us at anotherround@buzzfeed.com, we can get a chance to hear it and put it in the show. Keep it under a minute, guys. It's like, I don't need your whole life story. 30 seconds is ideal, honestly. And I don't mean like food trauma, like I was poisoned.
Yeah, I got hit in the head with a turkey once. Got a concussion.
You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, tell us all your funny trauma stories.
Oh, I forgot to mention that time I ate so much edamame that I thought that my body was producing too much estrogen. So I asked my gynecologist about it. And she was like,
wait,
chill.
She's like, that's not real.
Well, like apparently like too much soy, like if you ingest a lot of soy, it can like do something to your estrogen levels. So I was like, oh my God, I've eaten nothing but edamame for 30 days. This cannot be good for my lady parts. But she was like, no, you need to eat a lot more. I was like, you don't know how much I eat. You don't know me. So we are now going to turn our attention to our clapback segment. But since it's Black History Month, we are going to reach back into the annals of history and clap back upon those who have historically fucked up and deserve it.
White people.
Yes.
But also in this case, respectable brown people.
Yeah. Yes.
Today's clapback is on behalf of and in the spirit of my girl, Zora Neale Hurston.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I don't know how familiar you are with her, Tracy.
But you insult me, madam.
But I think it's safe to say she's become a little more integrated into like common Black History Month knowledge.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like most people are taught about her, I think. So now she's like a literary giant. She's in the canon, basically.
Yes.
But at the time that she was writing, she definitely was not. The thing about her, which I really, really love, is how unapologetic she was.
Ooh.
Their Eyes Were Watching God has so much country dialect.
Yes.
Like that was a big part of why people didn't like it. Like respectable brown people were like, don't show us speaking in this way. We speak proper English.
The King's English.
Yeah. And she had a lot of colorful language. People are dancing. People are, all the things that respectable Negroes do not enjoy.
Right.
Their Eyes Were Watching God is essentially a story about a woman who's like on a journey to find herself. It includes a lot about love and marriage and what it means to grow with someone, but it's also definitely a story about Janie and the journey she's on. And it has one of the best opening quotes in literary history.
Which is?
Ships at a distance have every man's wish on board. For some, they come in with the tide. For others, they sail forever on the horizon, never out of sight, never landing until the watcher turns his eyes away in resignation, his dreams mocked to death by time. That is the life of men. Now, women forget all those things they don't want to remember and remember everything they don't want to forget. The dream is the truth. Then they act and do things accordingly.
That was beautiful.
I
And
reread
beautifully
that.
read, too. You sounded great.
Thank you. I reread that first paragraph 1,000 times. I was like, whoa, where is this going? But anyways, I really like reading the book in high school, and I'm really glad it's become part of the canon because it was informative to me as well. But at the time, people responded snooty to it.
Yeah.
She had a lot of tension with some of the Harlem Renaissance writers of the time, or just some of the more, like I said, the respectable Negroes.
The bougie ones.
The bougie ones. At the time, they had this literary magazine called The New Negro.
Yes.
Which, of course, was it was started by Du Bois and company. And it really carries out an extension of his idea of the talented 10th, which is basically this idea that the talented men of the race will carry us all forward.
Right.
And of course it's men.
Of course.
But it's there's a talented few that will carry the race. These race men will uphold us all. So that's their vision, and that's their literary sensibilities. And she's like, yo, I'm just trying to write a beautiful novel. I don't want
About my actual life.
Yes.
My black ass life and what I know.
She says she was interested in, quote, writing a novel and not a treatise on sociology.
Damn.
She's like, yes, can I live? Can I just write about some dope brown people I grew up with or something like that, She also said she's, quote, thoroughly sick of the race problem. I feel like this is such a standard black artist problem.
Yeah.
You got to write about everything we're all going through, or got to be a good example when white people are watching.
Exactly. And you don't get to be a regular individual human.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
And she's also rare because she grew up in an all-black town post-Reconstruction. She grew up in Eatonville, Florida, and they had a completely self-sustaining town. Really, white people just passed by. They weren't a part of it. So she was used to never having to be oh, now I got to answer all these questions about race. It's no, I'm writing a novel about love and finding yourself.
One of my favorite quotes is from How It Feels to Be Colored Me, when she talks about how she didn't even know she was black until she left Florida and left the incubation of this beautiful black bubble she was in.
Yeah.
And then she got outside and she was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, she goes, I am not tragically colored. I do not weep at the world. I'm too busy sharpening my oyster knife. Beautiful, beautiful. Bloop, 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 bloop. So she goes to Harlem as part of the Harlem Renaissance scene, but obviously feels a way about the new Negroes. So she started her own collective, and they called themselves the Niggerati.
What?
Very purposely trying to be cheeky about their literary sensibilities, the Niggerati.
I never knew that. Oh my gosh.
So she had the idea to start her own literary magazine. She said there needs to be, quote, more outlets for Negro fire. She's like, I got the flames emoji for y'all. I got it. So she started a literary magazine called Fire, 2 exclamation points. Fire, exclamation point, exclamation point. And the motto was, Tracy, I'm going to need you to help me on this because you know I can't say
I got you.
anything in a country accent. Fire, fire, Lord. Lord. No one needs to hear this. Please say it.
Lord, that is so cute.
I can't say it. It sounds horrible. But that's the motto of the literary magazine. She's like, I got the flames for y'all.
So I believe what we were going for is fire, fire, Lord.
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
I got you.
That is what I was going for. Oh, my God.
Oh, you're the cutest thing in the world.
So sadly, the magazine only lasted one issue because of funding issues. And she was like off at school, and she was like doing anthropology with like Margaret Mead and like the founders of modern anthropology. So she's doing a lot of shit.
She's busy.
Her whole life is the clapback. There's not one specific moment. Just her whole sensibility about. It's that quote you say all the time that I love. Like, I demand to be my full self in every space that I'm in.
Right.
She did not apologize for that. And one of my favorite quotes all time in human history comes from her. From this essay, What It Feels Like to Be Colored Me. She said, "Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it does not make me angry. It merely astonishes me. How can any deny themselves the pleasure of my company? It's beyond me." Blue. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that all the time. Like, how dare you?
Your life must be sad.
So, shout out to my girl Zora.
Yes.
It's so crazy that even though she's huge now, she died in obscurity. She was poor. The only reason we know of her is because Alice Walker went to her unmarked grave and was like, we need to be talking about this woman. So shout out to Black women holding each other down.
Yes.
Shout out to Zora Neale Hurston and Alice Walker.
There is a Zora Neale Hurston themed restaurant in DC called Eatonville.
Yo.
It's beautiful.
We should go.
Yeah, I'll go back. It's good.
Shout out to Zora.
Zora!
It's beyond me. So we're going to pause for a second to hear a word from our sponsor. And when we come back, we'll share with you our interview with Marlon Wayans. We had a short time with him, but we asked a lot of...
We got into some stuff.
We got into some things.
We need to issue a disclaimer that the conversation gets a little graphic and adult at points. So
His new movie is 50 Shades of Black. So
right.
Naturally, we asked him about sex.
So Anil Dash's son.
Don't listen.
Do not listen. Go build Lego things. I don't know. Also, so my mama, just hit stop right now. Just don't continue this, please. Thank you.
Support for another round comes from Squarespace. With Squarespace, sites look professionally designed regardless of your skill level. They take the guesswork out of the complicated stuff. Which brings us to a little thing we call the search result drinking game. The rules are simple, Tracy. I'll present you with 2 search results, and you'll have to guess which one was searched more on the internet. If you guess wrong, you drink. Duh. So, I'm going to give you 2 options. You have to tell me which was the most searched thing on the internet.
Okay.
Option 1, how do I search for something? Option 2, how do I connect to the internet? Mind you, these are searches on the internet.
Possibly be right. You can't search for something on the internet if you're not already on the internet. So if you're searching, you have to know that you're already on the internet.
So you're searching, how do I search for something? That makes more sense to you?
Surprisingly, yes. It still doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's the least ridiculous of the 2.
You are correct.
Woo-hoo!
You don't have to drink, but
I'm
you
gonna
are
drink anyway.
already drinking. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com. The site is intuitive and the tools are easy to use and there's no coding required. And if you sign up for a year, you get a completely free domain. When you sign up, make sure to use the offer code Another Round to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace. You should.
All right, so now for a Pew 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 segment, we are very happy to have grabbed one of the 75 Wayans kids while he was hanging out at BuzzFeed.
We're pumped to have Marlon Wayans in the studio. As you all know, he obviously comes from a huge showbiz family. We don't have to tell you that. You've seen him in a million things. Don't Be a Menace, Requiem for a Dream, Scary Movie franchise, White Chicks, Living Color.
Craziest resume ever.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you say Scary Movie and Requiem in the same
I know.
sentence.
And his
So
layest
weird.
movie is 50 Shades of Black, which is, of
Black.
course, a riff on 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
So
or you could be gangster and call 50 Shades of Niggas.
I'm with that.
I'm here.
I'm into it.
I watched that movie this weekend, 50 Shades of Grey.
I say you got the bootleg. niggas, boy.
No, I watched it for the first time this weekend. That movie was crazy.
It's insane.
It's like all about a sociopathic white man who tries
Stalking
to
this little
like
white girl.
stalk this, and like, what is the point of? I never got why she was so into him.
I saw it as a beautiful love relationship.
I feel like it's
Actually, I thought it was pretty PG. I didn't.
it wasn't sexy.
It wasn't sexy. It was just weird.
It was just
Yeah.
weird.
It was dark, and I wasn't turned on. And I was hoping to go there and like be able to jerk off in the theater,
In the back.
Right.
You know, get
And
a
they just
hand
fucked all that up
job
for
or
you.
something, and because there's butter on the popcorn.
Right.
Really
Right.
easy to get a nice slippery.
So you have everything you need except
all my
the
devices.
except the right movie.
It just wasn't sexy. I was just like I did that shit in the 9th grade.
So does 50 Shades of Black make fun of how unsexy the movie is?
Well, it doesn't make fun. What it is it's like, okay, 50 Shades of Black is what if Christian Grey was black? He was rich, but you don't know exactly how he got his money. It's kind of shady. And he's a really
Wake
bad
up now.
lover.
He's a really bad
He's
lover.
a terrible lover. Just like the guy in the movie, but 10 times worse. And then I thought for obstacle versus objective, if he wants to make somebody a submissive and he wants to be the dominant, who's the hardest person in the world to make submissive? And I was like, a black woman. Because she ain't going for that shit. Sister's like, oh, hell no. You get 1 or 2 hits. Then she's like, nigga. Hit me one more fucking time. And so by doing that, I thought it gave the girl some strength and it gave her a flip. Whereas I thought she was too passive in the first movie. Mm-hmm. And even when she turned at the end, it really wasn't like something strong.
Yeah.
I think what people are really going to enjoy with this movie is that it's a flip. And it's very women empowering, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, of course, there's some naughty guy shit in there, but there's pretty. I think girls are really gonna like this movie. I was respectful for the first time in my life to
Oh, congrats.
the female audience.
Thank
Normally,
you.
I'm like just shut up and take the shit jokes. But this time, I know women are funny. You can't inundate them with like shit and fart. You get one fart if you're in a relationship. You get one, and she goes, "Oh, you stupid." Fart again, it's like, see, that shit ain't even cute. And you fart one more time, it's like, nigga, you sleeping on the couch. And after that, you breaking up and you talk about that nigga on Instagram. This farting ass motherfucker. Whereas guys,
With
you
your
fart
stank ass.
one time, it's funny. You fart 4 times, it's hilarious. You
Yeah.
fart 150 times, they're like, dude, when you made me throw up in my mouth, that one was fucking hilarious.
This is an adequate read of men. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I tried to, walk the line so that guys enjoy it and girls enjoy it too.
Okay, so let's get into the meat of this random segment that we like to call pew 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 pew. So these are finger guns. Pew 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 pew. Bow 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 bow. So very random questions. We're gonna go through them quickly. What was or is your favorite UPN show?
UPN show?
You remember
That is
UPN?
random as fuck.
That's pew pew pew.
I was just thinking about the WB
I'm gonna be
era.
honest. Okay,
Okay.
I would say Homeboys in Outer Space
Oh my God, we have talked about that show on this podcast.
because it was so bad it was good.
That's
exactly
I would like to go
It was
on
so
record
bad,
and
it was
disagree.
good.
It was so bad, it was
good.
bad.
Now I will say this to be honest, I would probably say Malcolm and Eddie because I thought there was moments. I like Malcolm and I like Eddie, and I thought they had moments of really funny stuff.
Okay, I like that answer far more than Homeboys in Outer Space.
Homeboys in Outer Space is nigga classic. You're gonna find that in a vault, and they're gonna, like years later, like the lost episodes of Homeboys in Outer Space, and we're all gonna gather around and watch this shit. Like, scientists will find this.
What is your skincare regimen? Because your melanin is always
Yeah,
popping.
gorgeous skin.
Flawless.
Your skin is beautiful as well.
Oh,
Thank
Marlon,
you.
Stop it.
It's like mocha, cocoa. Yours is
Seriously,
got,
though,
like,
don't
little
play games
yellow
with me.
undertones. I just do Dermalogica and just Dermalogica and Neutrogena. I eat well. I think your skin really is because it's your largest organ. I think that it's a reflection of what you put in your body, and I put a lot of like vegetables and like water and good shit. I don't drink a lot of sweet shit, a lot of sugars. I don't do a lot of sugars. I don't. I eat pretty clean. I eat crazy amounts of vitamins, and I exercise normally 5-6 days a week. I didn't in the last week because this press schedule they got me on they're just working me. Slaves is like, oh, that poor Wayne boy.
This is what the ancestors died for.
Yeah.
Speaking of the ancestors, my favorite segue. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
No. Just like flat out, no. You've never like encountered.
I've
some
never
spooky
seen
shit?
one. Motherfucker never came to my house. To be honest, I wouldn't be scared. I'd be like, oh shit, a ghost. I'd be asking questions like, yo, does death hurt? Like, where's the dopest part of heaven? Like, hell.
Does heaven
Is it
actually
like,
have a ghetto?
yeah. Is hell like Miami? Or is like hell like just like not fun? All my friends are gonna be in hell, so I figured I'd ask a lot of questions about that.
I know everything about America from movies and TV. And in movies
Why?
and
Where are you
TV,
from?
I'm from Ethiopia. Boys, when they're masturbating, put their jizz in a sock, and then their mom does their laundry.
Question.
Ooh, no. That's not what guys do.
Well, that's what all the white boys in movies do.
When you
But
say they
that's
put it
so
in a
not
sock,
true.
They put it in a sock.
No.
This is what I'm asking. Is
Here's
that a
the
real thing?
No, you want your jizz to shoot. You need them babies to fly. Because if they're in a sock, that means it's close to you, and it takes away the fun of the pow. You know, I like to hit things like you ever seen Peter Parker's room in the movie Spider-Man, where it's just like
Right.
spider webs all over. That's what a fucking guy's room look. Just
That's-
Oh my God.
disgusting.
Mostly you do it in the sink or floor.
In
and
the
you-
sink?
Yeah, and you wipe it up like, oh, I feel so terrible.
In the sink?
In a sock?
Neither of these is better than the other.
Sink is way better. You wash the sink out afterward.
Boys, I just okay. One
Well,
more.
where do you go? Oh, you
Not a sink or a sock.
you go in the tub, and
Or just
what's
your
the difference
bed.
between that and letting the water run over your little giant giant?
You know,
than me
he makes
jerking
a
in the
valid
sink?
point, Tracy.
This is
It's
not
going
about
right down the
me.
drain. I could tell the sink
This
is where you
is
go. The
not
tub is
about
where
me.
you go. There you go.
He's
I got
reading you,
that.
Tracy. Oh my God.
I'm a good church going girl. I don't even do that.
That means squirter.
My mother listens to
Your mother's a squirter?
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
I thought you said my mom's a
no,
squirter.
no,
Oh, okay.
I said she listens to the podcast.
Well, how do you know she's not a squirter?
You know
Did
what?
you ever have that conversation?
Do you know what? We're gonna.
If you ask your mom, I'll
It's so
ask
hot in
mine.
here.
They gotta tell us.
I have to do nothing of the sort, sir.
You don't want to know this?
No.
I want to know if my mom squirts. I want to know.
Really?
Hell yeah! I tell all my boys, "Fuck you, my mom's a squirter." That's how she had 10 kids. Fuck it.
That's all she had to Makes sense. Makes sense.
It does. Okay, so I feel like this is an apt question to ask, considering the direction that this conversation has taken. Would you rather have all of your business colleagues watch a sex tape that you made, or watch a sex tape that your parents made? You have to do one or the other.
All right, so I don't mind my colleagues watching sex tapes of me because when I did Haunted House 1 and 2, I literally had a menage a trois with 3 stuffed animals. And then I went on in part 2 to make disgusting, passionate love to a doll.
Right.
And it was like fucking people. But, so it was like watching a sex tape. I've had girls come to me and go, what you did with that doll? Like, I never wished I could be a doll before in my life till I seen that scene. You got some shit with you. So I would love to see my parents because I just want to see if I have any moves like my dad.
Oh my God. Sorry.
I just want to see, do we do something alike?
Do you think you might?
I seen my parents when I was little.
Yeah.
I was in the closet.
On purpose?
My dad had, when he was humping, he went so high in the air. I was like, this nigga's hang time is crazy.
Oh my God. Redefining hang time out here.
Yes, hit me on
no.
Instagram at Marlon Wayans, Twitter at Marlon Wayans for more sex questions. Snapchat, Marlon L. Wayans. Don't send me a picture of dick. I'll send it back or put it on fucking Instagram and blow your ass out. Please don't send me pictures of you smoking weed unless you're going to pass me some fuckers. Lastly, check out my Facebook fan page, Marlon Wayans. Hit me, tweet me, DM me on Instagram. I hit back. If you don't say stupid shit,
Ooh, I'm about to slide in those DMs.
whenever you guys want. I mean, I'm really cool on that shit. And then also, I am performing stand-up comedy at Caroline's, New York, February 12th through the 14th, Valentine's Day weekend. Aww. Come on out and see me. February 19th, I'm in San Antonio at the Aztec Theater. February 20th, I'm in Dallas at the House of Blues. And lastly, check out my movie, 50 Shades of Black. It's really funny. It's crassy and nasty and classy at the same time. So please check it out. And thank you for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming by.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Beautiful.
Squirters.
That was a ride, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
What a journey.
Twists and turns and assumptions that are not entirely accurate.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Guess what time it is?
It is time to go to sleep.
Time for rounds.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for rounds today. Because this month, in accordance with Black History Month, all of our rounds are going to be Black History related.
Who are you buying around for?
I am buying around for the one and only and not celebrated enough Donny Hathaway.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. So if you don't know who Donny Hathaway is, run to the Googles. Please do all of your Googles. His most famous song that people know him from most, I said most like 70 times just now.
All right.
His most recognizable song is This Christmas. AKA
I do know that one.
The blackest Christmas song ever.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
And he lived a very short and tragic life. He had a lot of mental illness problems, and he died of suicide. I forget how old he was, but before he went, his voice, I just don't even know how somebody can open their mouth and just like that song comes out. Like physically, how does it happen? Who did you have to pay somebody? Like what spiritually were you at? Like how does that happen? So he's got an amazing voice. Made just like a lot of really beautiful love songs and really sad love songs. But he also did like a lot of like songs that have to do with like the struggle and being black. Songs that everyone should listen to right now include Someday Will I Be Free, Be Real Black for Me, which is, let's just pause and talk about this song. So this is something he did with Roberta Flack. And one of my favorite albums is an album that they did together. It's just called Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. I like to refer to them affectionately as Donberta Hathaflack.
Oh my God. Say that 3 times fast.
So Be Real Black for Me is just like, it's this beautiful song of just like how wonderful blackness is. And like, it's a thing that you're requesting of somebody. Like, don't try to dull yourself down. You black as hell. And I love it. Be black for me, girl. Just be real black for me. Your hair is beautiful.
That's so sweet.
It is a great song. There's To Be Young, Gifted, and Black, Little Ghetto Boy.
Classics.
And it's just, yeah, like if you want to immerse yourself in like the sounds of like the struggle as it was then, listen to like the civil rights movement. Listen to some Donny Hathaway. I was like, that man can sing. Like sang. So, but yeah, when I think about like the sound of like the civil rights movement or like the history of black people in America and how we use art and music to like express ourselves when we don't have the microphone to like speak, really, Donny Hathaway is one of the ones that I think of. Hopefully you will too, and check him out.
Word.
All right, who you buying around for?
I am buying around for braids.
Oh,
I love braids. And I cannot think of a more appropriate way to celebrate Black history. Because braids have come through history, through time, through centuries.
There for you when nobody else is.
Yeah. 500 years ago, there was a little black girl sitting in between her mom's legs, getting her hair braided and complaining. And saying, I'm tender-headed.
That is so beautiful.
I just can't believe there was ever a time where I felt shame about my hair. Like looking back at it, it just feels so silly.
But there was that time?
There definitely was.
What was it like?
One, it was just like, I didn't know what to do with it. So part of it was, I mean, low-key, I still don't.
Your hair always looks great.
Thank you. I'm a grown woman who doesn't know how to do her hair, really.
So you said that you've never had a perm. You weren't allowed to get a perm.
I wasn't allowed to. I desperately wanted to. Because I wanted my hair to be straight.
Yeah.
And then there's a phase where I just always straightened my hair, but it didn't look good because I did it. And I'm lazy.
Aw.
But yeah, my mom used to always put us in braids, and I just like resented it for some reason. But now I got braids recently for the first time since high school, since like middle school actually. And I look great.
They look so good.
I was like, why am I not doing this every day? And braids are so fucking versatile. Like, you can effortlessly do like 1,000 looks.
Yeah.
You know I need that because I can't be doing shit all crazy. You got to really break it down for me.
Right.
So it's just so beautiful that all the things that our hair can do. Sometimes I like laugh thinking about the fact that I envied white girls' hair. Like, yo, we can do so many things with our hair. Our hair slays.
Right. And now there are like processes where people with like straight European hair are like trying to emulate the afro. And it's just like, girl.
How the tables have turned. Yeah, with people like Tracy who have meticulous blogs about how to take care of your hair.
A blog that I have not updated in 3 years, but I appreciate it.
I get all my knowledge about how to take care of my hair from Tracy.
No, we should have a hair party one night.
Yes.
Hair party.
I got a silk pillow, Tracy, just because of you.
Yes. Your edges will love you forever.
Anyways, shout out to brown girls everywhere with braids.
Oh, I've never had braids before.
What?
No, not like the really long, like head full of braids. I've had like cornrows a few times when I was like itty bitty, like teeny tiny.
Oh, Tracy with cornrows. Wait, do you mean like box braids, like regular
box
braids,
yeah.
with your hair or with like extensions?
What either?
You haven't had just regular braids?
I haven't. I'm 33 years old and this has never happened.
What? How did your mom do your hair when you were a kid?
She did it the same way until I started doing it myself when I was 12 when I got my first perm. But it would be 2 like plaits in the front and then like 2 in the back, 2 or 3 in the back and like 1 on the side. That was my hairstyle until I got a perm. And that was it.
Oh, baby Tracy.
I know.
There's a class picture somewhere of me with like some Minnie Mouse puffs.
Aww.
I used to resent that so much. Now I'm like, puff it up.
I used to have that too. Yo, I
Yes.
just remembered a hair
puffs.
story.
Ooh, sorry. These rounds are forever.
I know. We're sorry. We could do like an entire hair episode.
Ooh.
We should do it because I'm having so many like memories. But when I was in like the 3rd grade, it was picture day, right?
Oh, God.
And I convinced my mother to not do the same old with me. And either I had gotten a crimper or
my God.
someone had given a crimper to my mom. Who was like,
First of all, remember crimping your hair?
yes.
That was such a moment.
Why did that happen?
You know, I really don't know.
Me either. I remember having
the mid 2000s, early 2000s were
it was a
not
lot
a great
going
time.
on. I remember having a Cabbage Patch doll that came with a crimper.
What?
That shit was lit.
You're supposed to crimp the baby's hair?
Yes.
That's too far.
I know.
Anyway,
so I begged and I pleaded and I cried and I was like, please just crimp my hair for picture day. Just crimp it, right? So there was a side ponytail in the front and there were 2 in the back, but then my hair was just like out. And like she tried her best to crimp it, but I mean, my hair is very thick and it's like coily curly. You know, like so I mean
there's no crimping it.
There's no crimping it, but she did her best.
Oh.
I thought I was so cute. I had the biggest puffs, right? And I remember that it was raining outside because I had on a jacket with the hood. And I remember this because as soon as I got on the bus, whipped that hood off, went to my seat.
Styling on them.
Right. And do you know what I remember from this day?
Oh, no, what?
All the white kids making fun of it.
No.
There was this little white boy named Brian Lowry. I remember. He kept looking at me and laughing and going, what happened to your hair? What happened to your hair?
God. Fuck you, Brian.
Right. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I thought I was cute. But you know what? I am cute. And in them pictures, so cute.
Who's laughing now, Brian? Anyways, a
That was
round
a good
for braids.
round.
Love braids.
That was a great round. We did it, Heben. We did it.
Haven't we made it?
Hey, haven't we made it?
Speaking to myself in the 3rd person. Hey.
Oh, no.
We want to give a special shout out to Marlon Wayans for stopping by, despite how little time he had.
Right. He smelled really good.
Oh my God, he smelled amazing.
He smelled very expensive. You better get in them DMs, girl.
Listen. Hi, Marlon.
Also, thank you to Matt Beliside. I'm exhausted from laughing. I just need to go take a nap now. This podcast is produced by Eleanor Kagan with editorial oversight from Jenna Weiss Berman, aka Podmom, with production help from Julia Ferlin and Meg Kramer. Thank you to Paul Ruest at Argo Studios for all that he does. Also, thank you to Noriko, who is here helping us out at Argo Studios. Hey, girl, hey. Noriko made me mistakenly believe that Steve Harvey was going to be in the stew. And I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you to our in-house musicians, Jean Gray. You can follow her on Twitter at Jean Greasy. And Don Will of the almighty Tanya Morgan at Don Will. That's DONWILL.
Tracy, I want to give a special shout out to you, Vibe Vixen of the Week.
Oh,
I'll never get over that.
I forgot that I was Vibe Vixen of the Week. Thank you for the reminder.
Love ya.
And thank you to Optimus Prime. I have missed your face so much.
You can hit us on the buzz on Twitter, Facebook at
buzz.
Another Round, and email at anotherround@buzzfeed.com. If you like the show, rate us on iTunes, leave a review, tell a friend, tell your mom.
Oh my gosh, we're starting a newsletter.
Oh my God, you guys. So in addition to all those other things you can follow us on, if you want us straight in your email, we got you.
We got you. Go to BuzzFeed.com/anotherround/newsletter to sign up. You're going to get a lot of good behind the scenes footage. There'll be lots of pictures of Heaven vertical at her desk because she just can't handle it anymore.
I'm always horizontal at my desk.
Wait, which one is horizontal? Horizontal is like flat.
Yes,
Okay, I'm in horizontal.
like the horizon.
Yeah.
And also in the newsletter, you can find links to the stuff we talk about or things that didn't quite make the show.
Right. Updates from past guests, things that we're reading and watching and listening to, lots of recommendations.
And a shout out to some fans.
Yeah, we're going to do
all
a
over the
fan of
world.
the week thing, and it'll be fun. Also, I'm really pushing to have throwback Thursday pictures of us as wee children. I really want that to happen.
All right. So go to BuzzFeed.com/anotherround/newsletter to sign up.
And drink some water. Call your mom. Floss your teeth is important. Dental health is so important.
And floss in other ways.
I like it. I like that. All right, let's get out of here, guys.
Make Black History every day. You don't need a month.
Exactly.
Hey. Let's play some Kanye.
I say the stats are stunt. I don't need the front. Make Black History every day. I don't need a month. The survey says by the streets according. Kanye just important as Michael Jordan was to the NBA.
Thank you so much for peeing.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. Can you chill, please? Can I say that again?
Yes. And now for a pube. Pube. I hate it when AT&T Texas. Oh my God. When they text me reminders about my bill and they're like, oops, you must have forgotten.